He was talking with his son, who had seen him be active and put himself in danger, and one night his son said to him, "I don't like human rights." His father was astounded and said, "Well, what do you mean? Why don't you like human rights?" And his son replied, "Because you have to work on them all the time." And that's sort of a message for us. We have to work on them all the time. We've heard from our alumni from STF, and we know that they're continuing to work for human rights. And so we're just starting the campaign this year, but this is something we hope that will become part of your life, to find ways to address human rights abuses here at home and around the world. And when I look at this group, I think that what you can accomplish is beyond probably my imagination. And I'm looking forward to this year and looking forward to meeting all of you. So to get us on our way, I would like to call up Kenzie and Nauri, who are going to get us into our program.
Good morning, everyone. Once again, I'm Narai Hernandez.
And I'm Mackenzie Gibbons. We're the co-presidents of the Palisades Charter High School branch of the STF.
We would like to introduce someone who many of you may already know.
He played a key role in last year's Right to Education campaign, helping us to build mobile human rights libraries in Chad.
His name is Gabriel Stauring, who, along with his lovely wife, Katie J., has worked endlessly to provide the basic educational needs to the refugee camps, the children in the refugee camps in Darfur, Chad.
We remember watching the videos that Gabriel sent directly from the camps and just being utterly amazed by how much time this amazing couple had devoted to human rights.
Their passion for their work has been contagious, and I have found that it has been immensely rewarding to work with these refugee camps and the children there.
Equally rewarding has been the opportunity to connect with such amazing human beings as Gabriel and Katie J.
Last year, our campaign was a success, but I must admit that it wouldn't have been possible without the help of Gabriel Stauring and his wife.
We are thrilled to be able to collaborate with them once more this year.
So please give a warm and deserving welcome
To Gabriel, Katie J, and their new baby, Layla.
This one working? Yeah. So Layla didn't get a chance to introduce herself, but she's our new little activist there with Katie J. And I'm counting on all you guys, students, to make the world better for her. Older generations just have failed, and we continue to fail when confronted with some of these mass issues that are going to go into the future. The U.S. has always led the world in two things. Try and think in your mind, what are two major things that the U.S. is always a leader in? One of them is for the rest of the world. We lead in sending out weapons to the world. And the other one is we always lead in incarcerating people here in the U.S. So, which makes sense though. You know, if we're not investing in education and protecting education anywhere in the world or here at home, we're gonna have to, send out weapons to deal with the product of that, or we're gonna have to put people in jail here in the US. So that's the framework of where you're going into and trying to make an impact here with the right to education. You're in for a ride for all of those that are new here. Pam is amazing, and what she has built with STF, you just can't even imagine the impact that you're going to have. You go into it probably thinking the way I did when I started. What can I do as one person? I'm nobody. I'm just a citizen in the U.S. But once you make it personal, which Pam mentioned, it's going to be very personal when you deal with it here, but you can make it personal anywhere. That's when you really start to make a difference. We were really lucky to work with you guys on the R2E library. It was just, it was fun, it was amazing, and it doesn't end. It's not something that you said that was last year's, cause. That's what we did last year. This, you just cannot, even predict the ripples that this will have going into the future. We started with one camp, Camp Jabal, and most of you know Rakma. And this last time that I was out there in late May, I went out there for another project where we created a soccer team from the best players in the camps, and we were all in one camp. And to keep the kids off the field, what the adults were doing was using sticks, to get them away so that the players could practice and do what they were doing. And I'm with Rakma, and I'm telling Rakma, what's wrong with this? And he's just, come on, Rakma, think about it. Think about the library. The rights of the child. The child is supposed to be protected. They have a right to, their body being safe. And Rakma is going through all the schools in the camps with this library, which they put on a donkey, and spending time with the kids in every school so that they learn about universal human rights and they connect with the world. And you sent some amazing material out there, all kinds of documents that teach about human rights, some other material that is just for them to learn English, which they have asked for. But one of the things that they just loved, and they were, you would see the kids looking at it and their minds kind of floating away, and it is something that one group of you created, and I'm not sure what group, but it was talking about yourselves. Where you would do a little essay about yourself, put some pictures of you and your family, and it was documents on hard copy, but then it also went into the Kindles. There's, I believe, 10 Kindles out there. And for them to connect, Mary. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful idea because that connection with the outside world means so much for a population that has been living in isolation, feeling forgotten, and just think of their self-worth, what they think of themselves when their own government has, destroyed their villages, killed family. They've seen mothers, sisters being raped, and now have been in these camps for going on 9 years. Just gonna show you a little bit about the library. This is an oldie, but most of you probably already saw it, but I just have to show it. Because Rakma, it's all about the personal connections, and if any of you have met Rakma, he becomes an instant friend. Here's where the search for the donkey started. It was at the very beginning when we brought the very first library.